Buck roll.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, give me the words and I got the flow. See, I don't gotta write, I got the Holy Ghost. Yeah, that's called a ghost writer. Jeremiah 5:14, that's so fire.
Isaiah 14, and when I retire, out of captivity I broke the iron. Who that is coming out of Mount Zion? Woolly hair, looking like a lion.
1,000 men marching with no drums on, no trombone, just boots on. Use our voices screaming out, take care of your homes, take care of your wives, take care of your own.
Now we standing out here in the valley of the bones. This place called America, this is not your home. This is like a tomb, place where you died at. Now I resurrected, trying to bring the 12 tribes back.
I came on a slave shipping,
And I ain't even like that.
put my neck in the rope,
And I couldn't even fight back.
sold on a
Welcome back to Four Corners News. I'm Officer Daniel.
I'm Officer Azaniah.
And this is your local news.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm already messing up. Let's just pull up the article, man. Let's just pull up the article.
Hey,
let's get it
into
started.
Yeah, we need the word.
Let's get it.
Every black Mississippi senator walks out in protest amid a critical race theory bill vote.
That's good. That's good. They
All
just
praises.
ended up walking out. So now let's go over to the screenshots because let's just start getting to the point. Go to the next one.
Only reason why you would walk out or something, that means you actually starting to see something wrong with that system.
There you go.
That's a good spirit or good thing to see or notice.
Right. All praises. Come on.
Read that.
Barbara Blackmon, one of the senators who walked out of the
So what this
chamber.
brother reading today,
Yeah,
man?
this dude French
He
now.
in
Come on.
character, man.
Let's read. Let's go.
One of the senators who walked out of the chamber told WREG that the bill is morally wrong and that implementation of the bill would make it difficult for schools to accurately teach the history of racism.
So what Esau is trying to do? They're trying to erase all the evil atrocities that they have done since
Right.
beginning towards end, or at least the things that they teach us. Pull it
Right.
back up, and they see
That's
that as
that-
morally wrong because that's a part of America's history.
Right. That's that critical race theory that they're pushing on our schools, where they don't want us to teach that their ancestors enslaved blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
You know what they just want? They want mindless zombies.
Right.
Zombies that they could better control. They already giving them social media where you could just, use TikTok and you just slide up and down for hours on end. But now they trying to make you more of a zombie.
They're trying to rewrite American history.
But
how do you teach American history without teaching that America was built off the backs of slaves? How do you do that?
That they trying to erase it. They're gonna refabricate. They're gonna create their own narrative.
Right.
Because remember, they conquered us, so therefore it becomes his story. So he's
Right.
gonna give us a story that he wants us to follow. Go back. Come on.
You will not be looking through our history to see the systemic racism that has been a part of the very fabric of America. And we do know the state of Mississippi, Blackmon D. Canton said.
Go to the next one.
Senator Michael McClendon, or Hernando, who authored the bill, said on the Senate floor he was not aware of any school teaching the theory in the state, but he heard of the issue on the national news and wanted to ensure it wouldn't be taught in Mississippi. The bill says the state's public schools cannot direct students that any sex, race, ethnicity, religion, or national origin is inherently superior or inferior.
But they do that every day.
That's that.
But they do that every day. That's just the very definition of what racism is. Racism is all them showing their superiority. When they conquered us in slavery, that's them being racist towards us because they have now become the superior race. But although the Bible says that we are the superior race, but
they still have us documented as an unsuperior race. Was that we are 3/5
3/5 of a man? Yeah, there you go.
Inferior. What do they talk about?
Pull it back up.
The bill says the state's public schools cannot direct students that any sex, race, ethnicity, religion, or national origin is inherently superior or inferior, or that any individual should be adversely treated on the basis of their sex, race, ethnicity, or national origin.
So all we just seeing is that Esau is doing, he just, putting a puff of smoke in a puff of clouds. Go to 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and let's read verse 9. Let's see what...
That's that.
That's that magic that says
I was never your slave master.
Yeah, I was never your slave master. I did not do this to you. You did this to yourself.
Right.
Read 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 9.
1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 9.
Let's see what happens when Esau gets into power. What happens? Read.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
Evils were what?
Multiplied in the earth.
Whenever Esau, the so-called white man, the Caucasoid nation gets into power, evil is multiplied. So they're not doing anything different because this is during the time of the Greco-Roman Empire, right? So now jump down to verse 49. Let's see if things actually change, or are they still following the same playbook that their forefathers has done. Read verse 49.
Verse 49. To the end they might forget the law.
So we're seeing here that to the end, they want us to forget the laws of God because the law is what connects us back to our history and our heritage. So now when you take away the atrocities that the so-called Caucasoid nation has done towards us, how could we connect back to God?
Right. And that's the overall plan for them to disconnect us. So now that was it. You was finished on
go
that?
ahead.
So now it's just to disconnect us and then act like nothing has happened. But as we read in this article, people are actually paying attention.
Right.
And what you're witnessing is you're witnessing prophecy happen before your very eyes.
Right.
Go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and read verse 3.
Bring it
2
out.
Thessalonians.
Bring it out, man. 3. Because that's what we like to see. We like to see our people actually standing upon their feet. Even though, they actually know that it's morally wrong, but we got to stand up as the Israelites. Not as, calling ourselves, I'm a Democrat, I'm a liberal, I'm this,
Republican.
I'm a Republican. But God is saying that you got to repent as an Israelite.
Right. Watch this. Read that.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Don't let anybody deceive you. America was built off the backs of slaves. No man should deceive you about that, right? Read.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Day meaning the day of Christ. That day is not going to come until we were gone into slavery. Read.
And that man of sin be revealed.
That's that same wickedness that multiplied that officer brought out in 1 Maccabees. God says until that man begins to be revealed, he has to be revealed. And that's what we are witnessing. Even our people that's in the world, that's in the midst of sin, is seeing what this man is doing is wicked as hell.
But you know what Esau says? Aha, I know what it says in the Bible, but guess what? I want to change their history. I want to change what God has says, because you know what? Are you done with that?
Let's finish it. Let's finish it. Read it. Finish
the
it.
son of perdition.
Son of he's evil. That's what the man of sin, the son of perdition. Get what you got.
Read verse 4, because it's going to continue on with the thought that you're bringing out, because they saying, aha, guess what? I'm going to go against God, and by them going against God, this is what they're saying. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
So this is what you're seeing. This is him opposing against God, God's chosen people, because if you take away their history, how could they understand Deuteronomy 28? How could they understand Leviticus chapter 26? Because the curses are found in multiple different places. You apologetics that's out there. It's found in multiple different places. Read.
Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
So this is what he's doing. He's showing that himself that he is God, because he's creating rules and regulations or laws to impose his will upon the people, changing history,
disconnecting you from your God and saying, "I am your God."
There you go.
Oh.
But this is what God says. I'm just going to jump down to verse 8. Even though they're trying to do the whole critical race theory thing, this is what God says. Ultimately, that's what's going to happen.
Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
You can't stop Bible prophecy. It's going to happen to where whatever you're trying to push out, the Israelites are going to learn their true heritage and they're going to learn their true history.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hey, go to Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25. Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25. Our people are is going to have to wake up and understand what's happening in this nation. Like how Christ said, don't you know the signs of those times? What's happening is you're watching this kingdom fall to pieces.
There you go.
Read that.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
You see that? That's how we know we in the end days. That's how we know this kingdom is falling. Because you're watching all the divisions begin to happen in this place, in Babylon. Read.
And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
Christ said it shouldn't stand. Read on.
And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
That's what Christ says. How can a kingdom stand if there's so many divisions? Like how the officer was saying, you got Democrats, you got Republicans. They believe in one thing. Then you got these neo-Nazi, I don't know what you call them, right-wing extremists,
left-wing,
damn, raiding the Capitol, standing on the street, talking about the government is rogue. You understand? These are the divisions that you're witnessing, and we have to wake up as a people and understand that we're living Bible prophecy.
So we're living Bible prophecy. As we're living on Bible prophecy, we should see that the evil's to come, right? Go to Psalm chapter 94 and verse 16. This is what God is saying that we supposed to do when we see evil. This is what these men actually has done.
Bring it out.
Come on. Psalm chapter 94 and verse 16.
Psalm chapter 94 in verse 16. Who will rise up from me against the evildoers?
So God is saying that the so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, whenever you see the evil, you got to rise up because you know that you have a greater purpose and that God is calling you and choosing you to come out of this wickedness. That World War III is going to be for you, for your deliverance.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.